Good evening, Facebook family. I hope you had a good, blessed, and productive day. Today, I will be giving no scriptures, simply my testimony. I hope your kids are asleep and in bed. I want you to grab a seat, clear your mind of anything, because someone truly going to be blessed by this. I'm just here to simply tell you what God has done for me. About 8 years ago, I was on the verge to hell. I did what I wanted to do. Didn't listen. It didn't bother me to listen because I wanted what I wanted. I would have strange dreams and I knew God was speaking to me. But my sin was so strong that it didn't bother or faze me. About 5 years ago, I was a heavy weed smoker, heavy cigarette smoker. I played the gambling machines, lottery tickets. I did it all. And the messed up part of the thing about it, I was in church and singing on the praise team, doing all those things that I knew I shouldn't have been doing because I wasn't living right. But yet, God gift come without repentance. He was still using me. And people were still being delivered from my singing. So one day, I got into a little argument over the phone. Family issues. My mom was going through a lot. Family just going through a lot. So most of the time what we do when we having issues, we don't turn to God. We turn to a substance. And my substance abuse was weed. That morning, God had told me I could not do this. I could be powerful enough. I don't have to do it. But like I said, you know, just like I know, it was hard. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I go to the store, get some blunts, and I go home, and I began to roll my weed. I rolled one. Fat as my finger. I was stressed. Before I lit that blunt, the good side of me, don't do it. But the bad side of me, man, you stressed, man. Smoke that weed, boy. And you know what I did? I smoked. Even though he warned me not to do it, I did it. As I began to smoke, I began to sweat. And I began to feel faint, lethargic. So my wife comes in there and said, Joey, what is wrong with you? Says, nothing wrong with me. In the same time, I had a massive seizure, or what they call grand mal seizure. And in that time of seizure, I visit hell. In this big old place, fire, just like a big bowl. Imagine your sink. Imagine when you pour the little stopper up in your sink, you sit in the middle of it. And it was pure black. The air was so thick I couldn't hardly even breathe. And from all corners, these little things start coming for me in a big swarm. And I'm looking around, and you know what we do. I start hollering, Jesus, please, I'm sorry, please, please. They coming like a trample. Imagine like an ant pile, and you stick a stick in it, and when you stick that stick in it, all the ants come out and flood everywhere. That's what they was doing to me, but they was coming towards me, and I'm the only one here. Now understand this. This is my testimony. I cried to God, and I told him, if he just get me out of this situation, I promise I won't do it again. See, what you fail to realize is they started stinging me and pinching me and whipping me. I studied, still scream out, God is my witness. Help, Lord, help me, please. I'm sorry, help me. For God, he sent the angel, tall as a building. I couldn't see the face because the face was so bright. but he was big and tall, and he swooped me up. He was going so fast, my head was holding down, and I'm looking at these little things become smaller and smaller, and he threw me in a box. And I remember touching up under the floor, like I'm under the floor, touching like. Next thing I know, I wake up, and my wife got my Pastor Barbara Hughes, on the phone, and she telling me, and she speaking in tongues. I could hear her, and she said, "Get up," and I got up. God is my witness. I had a big bump on my head. I had scratches everywhere. And the police was in all the police was in the neighborhood because my wife had got scared. In the ambulance, they was out there. And they took me to the hospital. The doctor told me that my blood pressure was 250 over 200. He wanted to know, how am I still living? So now I ask you want to know why I'm doing this? It's not because I am afraid of hell, but it's not because I don't want to go to hell. That's not why I'm doing this. It's because so many times I cried out to Jesus, so many times, and he'll be right there. He'll take me from my situation, and yet I'll do the same thing again he delivered me from. So many times he delivered me, took me from the cigarettes, took me from the weed, but I'll do it again. I'll do it because I wanted to do it. I wanted to. But I felt in my heart like he won't go hear me, and yet he heard my cry. So I'm here telling you today, hell is real. It's real. Whether we want to believe it or not, whether we want to stop doing the things that's hindering us from his greatness, whether we want to be cool or keep doing the wrong that we're doing, I'm here to let you know that it's real. Heaven is real and hell is real. I love the Lord for what he's done for me. I put my life on blast for you. Last night I accepted 250 friend requests because the message is touching people. And I thank you for that. And I want to continue to push God's word because somebody out there will hear this. So I can keep getting these crazy inbox messages from my old friends that keep telling me about my past. Yes, I sold drugs. I've robbed people. I wasn't a good father at the time. I've been with people that I was supposed to be with. But God saw the best in me when everybody else was seeing the bad in me. That's why I love him. And I thank my homie, Chartavis Harris, for praying strength back into me because I was beginning to feel kind of discouraged. Here I am doing something good, but yet these people bringing up my past to me. It's because they seeing what God is doing. And I'm going to tell you, I won't stop. So say what you want. Because I got a friend that's bigger and way powerful than you, that loves me, and that blesses me on a daily. The truth is, I hope this blesses you. To God be the glory. And like I said, all of my videos, there's no greater love than Jesus Christ. He's the ultimate healer, the ultimate forgiver, the ultimate provider, and he is the ultimate receiver. Receive it right in his arms and love you tight. If you love this, please share this. This is my testimony. Peace, love, and happiness.